everybody, this is Oksana Rudko and this is my knitted bag, brand La Accessory. Today I want to show you this super trendy bag, Pur Pur bag. In this video masterclass, I will show you how to make this bag right from the beginning. So this is the finished look, which one I have already done. It's so stylish and just so sweet. This bag has a flap that it has a different yarn on it, and it has a magnetic button like this. It holds very strong, this magnetic button, and then it has a bottom, and then here it has a really handy shape. Its size is 23 centimeters height, and here on the bottom it has 20 centimeters, and in the middle here 25 centimeters. And its width here on the side is about 12 centimeters. Here a bit less, of course, but it's about 6 centimeters. So in this video lesson I'm going to make this bag and show you how it looks without this puffy flap. It's just an ordinary flap, and also show you how to add this curly yarn and show you all the details, all the stages of making this bag, starting with the first loop and do the sewing in the lining. This masterclass will be even for the newbies. So you will need 2 skeins of Shikimiki Ave, it's velour cord. Here I'm going to use these. They have 100 meters in one, 4 millimeters is the width. You can also use any other 4 millimeter cotton cord, polypropylene cord, 4 millimeters in width. And to add a little bit of fantasy to it, a little bit of whim, I'm going to use boucle. It's really soft and nice, and it suits well for decor, for adding some decor to the accessories, and in this case to the flap of the bag. We'll need about 1 skein. You will also need several half rings and magnetic button if you want to add it. If you want to add a bag lock, you will need a bag lock if you are okay with magnetic button. Or for example, maybe you want to add a shoulder strap or a chain, you can also add it, it's up to you. You will also need some fabric for the lining. I'm going to use this one. I will show you all the process of cutting, sewing and sewing in the lining as well. Now to the tools, you will need crocheting hooks. I'll tell you a bit later number of the crocheting hooks. Then you will need darning needles for this cord, some knitting markers, pair of scissors, measuring tape, and some thread in matching color, just an ordinary sewing thread. Matching color of your lining first of all, and bag of course as well. So I have chosen for this bag such a white wintry color, and I want to show you comparison between Shikimiki Ave and this one. In any cord that you take, you can notice that different colors might have a little different gauge. So that, let's take for example these 3. This pink one is thick, whereas these light ones are softer. They're the same Shikimiki Ave, but they, you see, have slightly different softness. It depends on the cord what hook you are going to use. It only depends on this. Bag will be the same, maybe slightly smaller or slightly bigger, but here it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to use white, which is softer than pink that I have already used. Then perhaps I will need crocheting hook number 4.5. This one, although for this pink one I used 5mm crocheting hook, so here I'll take a smaller one. So let's give it a try. I'll try number 5, maybe I will need to use 4.5. So we start our bag with the front part of the bag. I'll show you in every detail all the process of the first loop. Here you put the short end on top of the working thread. You see the short end is on top, insert the crocheting hook and pull the working thread, insert it like this and pull the working thread inside. Yeah, pull it inside and tighten. So now you have the first knot. It's not a stitch, it's just a knot. Now you start casting on 18 chains. So pull the working thread like this, 1. Here you can work rather dense, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chains ready, and we make 1 chain to start a new row, 19th chain to start a new row, and we work this bag with single crochets. So first row, I'll show you how to make single crochets in case you don't know. This is the loop, you see the stitch where we have the loop on the hook, we don't count it. Into the next chain, insert the hook under the upper half loop, like this. On this side you can see it in the middle. And pull the working thread. And make 2 together. This is a single crochet. Like this we'll make 18 single crochets. So you don't make any yarn overs, nothing, just single crochets, and work tight. So, and the last one, we've made 18 stitches, 17 we've made, and the last one, 18th stitch is here. So 18 single crochets in a row. Now we make a transition to the next row, make a chain, a lifting chain, turn your work, and now we will be making single crochets but already into 2 half loops here. You see this braid on top? Under both half loops we will make a single crochet. And in the second row we will have 2 increases. At the beginning and at the end of this row. I always make increases here, starting from the second one. I'll show you. So make the first stitch, then in the second we make 2 single crochets into 1. That is our increase. Then we go on working till the end, till the last 2 stitches. Just make single crochets, and when you reach the one before the last, we make 1 more increase. So I have 2 stitches left till the end. You see, 1, 2. Now I'll make an increase 2 into 1, and then just 1. So 2 stitches into one, that is our increase, and the second. Here, last stitch is here, you see it's slightly into the diagonal. Just in the second row it is like this, so you need to find it here. Here it is, you see, it's a little bit difficult to find it. Yeah, here find both half loops like this and make a single crochet. And now you make this loop a little bit bigger so that the row is straight, it has the same height, like this. So make a chain to start a new row and turn your work. And we start the third row. In the third row, we will make single crochets without increases, as we have already made 2 increases in the previous row. Here we will have 20 single crochets. You can count it. After each row, you can count the stitches to make sure you have the right number of stitches, especially if you are just starting to crochet. After this row, I'll show you how to count rows easily. Like this, 20 single crochets ready. Let's count. Starting here, you see these V shapes, so we count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 is the last one where you have this loop coming out of it. Make a chain to start a new row, and so we work back and forth. Turn your work. In the fourth row, we will make 2 increases at the beginning and at the end of the row. First, we just make a single crochet, then we make an increase, 2 stitches into one. Then we go on making single crochets, and 2 stitches between the end of the row will make 1 more increase. I'll show you. So here I stop 2 stitches before the end of this row. I make an increase, 2 stitches into one, and then I make just 1 single crochet. And so we have 22 stitches in a row. I make a chain to start a new row and then go on working in the 5th row without any increases. In the 5th row, I have made single crochets without increases, made a chain to start a new row, and make 6th, 7th, and 8th row without any increases, just single crochets, 22 single crochets in a row, back and forth. So I finish the 8th row now. And start the 9th. Yeah, right, 8 rows. Make a chain, start a new row. And in the 9th row we will make decreases. So likewise I make them one at the beginning and one at the end. The same principle like I have shown you. First stitch I make just a single crochet, and then I start making a single crochet here. At the same time I work 2 stitches. So I start working single crochet like this, pull the working thread, but don't finish it. I insert the hook again, pull the working thread, and only now I work all three together, and that is our decrease. And so like this, we'll make a decrease at the beginning and at the end. Then we just go on working single crochets till the last 3 stitches, so we stop 3 stitches before the end. So 3 stitches before the end of this row. Make a decrease by making 1 stitch out of 2. So don't finish this one, insert the hook again, pull the working thread, now work 3 together. And then make just 1 single crochet, last one. Make a chain, and so in total we have 20 stitches again. In the 10th row we make a decrease also at the beginning and at the end, but here we need to shift our decreases, because here we already made a decrease, you can see it easily, you have this hole here. You see this little bump here. So we need to make decreases closer to the center. First, then second single crochet, and then 3 and 4 you make a decrease. Make 1 out of them, like this. So go on working with single crochets, and at the end of the row we will stop. Also 4 stitches before the end, and out of 3 and 4 make a decrease. So that decreases aren't one above the other, it doesn't look nice, so we have to shift them to make it look a bit better. So last 4 stitches, now this number 4 and number 3 from the end, I make 1 of them, and then make 2 single crochets to finish this row. And so now we have 18 single crochets. Make a lifting chain and start a new row. We have 10 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, in the 11th row we will make single crochets without any increases or decreases. Just 18 single crochets. In the 11th row we made single crochets, make a chain to start a new row, and start the 12th row. In the 12th row we will make 2 decreases at the beginning, so make 1 single crochet, then make a decrease here. You can make it into the second and third, so make 1 stitch out of 2, go on working single crochets till the end, till you have 3 stitches till the end. And here at the end of the row you make 1 stitch out of 2 and then make 1 single crochet. Just 1 single crochet is the last in this row. So 12 rows already. Start a row with a chain as always, and here we need to work without increases or decreases. So 13th row already. 14th row will be without increases or decreases, just single crochets. I'll meet you when we start the 15th row. So make a chain, start the 15th row. Here we need to make 2 decreases at the beginning and at the end, as I have shown you. And a decrease at the end of this row. From 3rd and 2nd stitch you make 1 and then make 1 single crochet. So we made 15 rows, and now we make the last 16th row without any decreases. We need to get 14 single crochets. So 16 rows are ready, and this is our front part of a bag. Pull this free and leave a little bit like this. You can cut it, and then these free ends we will hide on the wrong side. We take a smaller crochet hook and pull it through some stitches in the background in the wrong side. Here we will hide it several times, then when we work this side we'll work it in, just like this, so it is hold on that side. So now we will make the trimming around this part. For the trimming you can use, I will recommend you to use a smaller crochet hook so that it's easier for you to insert the hook. So how do we do the trimming? We do single crochets, and I will start here somewhere in the middle of the bottom part. One thing, here you have to choose the right side. You can see it where you have pairs, yeah, pair of rows starting from the here you see pair of rows. So it's a little bit difficult to see. You see pairs starting from the bottom. We have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pairs. So now let's make the trimming. Insert the hook into any stitch. I recommend to start in the middle, under these half loops, under these braids that you can see on the very edge here. So just find an opening. And so here we will be making stitches in every opening. We take a new cord, leave a small end, we will work it inside this seam, and make a trimming. So here you pull it through, leave the free end along this edge so that you can hide it, work around it at once. Make a single crochet. Into the next opening you just insert the hook and work just single crochets. In each opening just make 1 single crochet. Pull this strand, don't make it tight. Here you don't need to work tight. Here better make nice stitches, puffy stitches a little bit. And so like this we work till the end of this row. Here you see how we hide this free end inside. Then you can cut it, it will remain inside. You can sew the free end or you can just cut it and leave it. So that's it. I think I will cut it now. Just put it aside and then cut it. Like this. So we have come to the corner. On the corner we need to make it rounded around. So we'll make 2 single crochets into 1. So we make one, then in the same opening we make the second one and slightly turn your work, so you will turn to the other side nicely. And we start working on the side here. Here you also have to find these openings between the rows. You can see one here, then the next one here, between these stitches. You see, in each opening that you can find, you can see them clearly. So in each opening you make a single crochet. Like this, and you hide these three and you will cut it later. Also, don't make stitches too tight, make them nice. Here you see we slightly change the work. After you have made 4 rows, 1 2 3 4, you stop working with single crochets and you start working with half double crochets. So you make a yarn over like this, a yarn over, then insert the hook, pull the working thread, and then work all 3 together. It's a half double crochet. Again, you make a yarn over, then insert the hook and work all 3 together. Starting from the 5th row, you work half double crochets. And so I'll go one after the 7th, after the 8th, after the 9th, after the 10th, and after the 11th. So you see that here we've made 2 3 4 5 6 7 half double crochets for the trimming on the side here. And then we go on working single crochets again here, so I do this just to show this shape, just to exaggerate a little bit this rounded shape, to make it a little bit nicer. So here is the corner. We need to make also a stitch. Make sure you don't skip it. Into this corner we make 2 single crochets to make an increase. On each corner we make an increase. And so here we go on working in each braid 1 single crochet till the next corner. So we have almost made the upper part. Here again in the corner we make an increase. Don't forget 2 single crochets into 1. Then along this side we make 4 single crochets first and work this free end inside at once. Three, 4. You can count here, make sure you have the same on the other side. 4 single crochets here on this side before you start making half double crochets, and here also first 4 single crochets and then you start making half double crochets, and here we make 7 half double crochets. And then again we make 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets till the corner. Here in the corner you see we see the opening here, but it's not a corner. The corner will be the next one, this one, so don't mix it. First here you have a single crochet, and then the next opening will be the corner where you will make an increase, 2 single crochets into one. Don't make it too tight though, like this. And now we only have to work till the middle where we have started with single crochets. So now we finish where we have started. Pull a longer free end, a little bit here. And we need to make full slip stitch so that it's the same like all the other stitches. So we find the first braid here where we have started. Pull the working thread. Don't make it too tight though, turn it like this. And now you need to return this free end exactly where it started. So you insert it from bottom upwards and pull the working thread like this, as if it was an ordinary loop, just like all the others. Yeah, you see it's invisible. So hide the free ends, cut them, you may sew them if you want. Here perhaps I will hide several stitches more and then sew the free end. So if you want, you cut the free ends and sew them with a sewing needle. You can do this now or later. So I have made the front part of the bag, made it trimming around it, and the back part with the flap is going to be worked following way. So you make everything the same like this one. First 16 rows are the same. Here, yeah. First 16 rows you make the same like this one, so you make a piece, one more piece like this. You can start the video again and watch it and make a second piece just like this one. And then I will show you how to add the flap at the end of 16th row. And I'll show you how to make each next row, how to make a flap, and so on. The trimming you don't make, so you just make this base 16 rows. So I have made the back side of the bag base 16 rows. Now I will show you how to make a flap. So here you have 14 single crochets. Here let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right. And let's move on. On 17th and 18th row we work 14 single crochets without increases. So 18th, and we start the 19th row. In the 19th row we make increases at the beginning and at the end. First make one stitch, then make an increase, 2 single crochets into one. here one before the last, make also an increase, 2 single crochets into one, then make 1 single crochet here, so we start the next row, and here we already have 16 stitches, so we just work 16 single crochets in this row. So 20th row is ready, and here we have 16 single crochets. Make a loop to start a new row, and we start the 21st row. Here we will make 2 increases at the beginning and at the end. So make 1 single crochet, then make an increase, and an increase, 1 stitch before the last, and last single crochet. So we already have in this row 18 single crochets in the 21st stitch. Make a lifting chain. 22 and 23 rows we make 18 single crochets without increases. In the 23rd row we have made single crochets. Start the 24th row. We make 2 increases at the beginning and at the end, as we usually do. So the same principle, 1 single crochet, then an increase, and we will have 20 single crochets in a row. So make an increase 1 before the last stitch and make the last stitch a single crochet. So check whether you have 20 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, right. So we start the 25th row, 25, 26, 27. We make 20 single crochets in each row without increases. In the 27th row, so I make a starting chain as always, start the 28th row. Now we need to make decreases. For this, as before, we also make decrease at the beginning and at the end of the row. In the 28th row we'll have 2 decreases. So first make a single crochet, then make 2 stitches into one like this, make second and the third we make a 1 out of 2, then we go on making single crochets, and at the end of the row again we make a decrease, and the second and the third from the end will have also a decrease. So we make a decrease like this, 3 loops together, and we have 1 stitch left. So make 1 single crochet and finish the row. So this was 28th row. Now we start the 29th row, where we will also make 2 decreases, but here we will have to shift it. If I see that I have 2 rows with decreases in a row, I prefer to shift them. I don't like when increases and decreases are one above the other. I prefer to shift them one stitch to the center, so that I will make 2 single crochets, like 1 and 2, and then I'll make a decrease here in the 3rd and 4th. Instead of 2nd and 3rd, I make it into the 3rd and 4th. Then go on working with a single crochet. I think this way the bag looks better. So now we have 4 stitches left. We make a decrease into the 4th and 3rd from the end, and then last 2 will just make 2 single crochets. So lifting chain, and we start the 30th row. In the 30th row we'll also make 2 decreases at the beginning. So here we follow the same principle. Here you can make it either at once, or here I'm going to make a decrease into the 4th and 5th. So I shifted 1 stitch towards the center. In the 4th and 5th stitch I make a decrease, then make single crochets, and from the end as well I'll make it into the 4th and 5th. It's not a problem when you make it at the beginning. I just prefer to shift my decreases so that I can't see them. But it is a flap, so if you are going to make a trimming and you're not going to leave it just like this, and you're going to make it puffy, make it curly, then it doesn't matter, frankly speaking, where you make the decreases. It won't be visible. Nevertheless, so here, let me see. I have to make a decrease here into the 5th and the 4th from the end. Like this. And then go on working single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Make a lifting chain. So let's have a look. We need 30 rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we have 15 pairs, which means we have 30 rows. So we need to make 3 rows of the flap. These rows will be worked in each stitch, so here please follow very attentively. So 31st row, make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Then we make 3 half double crochets. Be attentive, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Then we will have to make 4 double crochets. For double crochet we do the following: make a yarn over, insert the hook, pull the working thread like this, work 2 together and then 2 together. This is a double crochet, right? Again, make a double crochet with a yarn over, pull the working thread, work 2 together and these 2 together. So 2 double crochets, 3, 3 double crochets ready, and last 4th, this will be 4 double crochets. Then again we make symmetrically 3 half double crochets and 2 single crochets. So 1 half double crochet, 2 and 3, and now 2 single crochets. And and make a lifting chain. So you see that the center is higher. And we start the 32nd row. Here in the 32nd row, we will first make a single crochet, one, it will be here, into the second. So we skip the first and make a single crochet in the second stitch, like this. Now we need to make 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. Then we have 7 double crochets, 1, yarn over, don't forget it, work 2 together and 2 together, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the 7th. Then we make 2 half double crochets, 1, 2, and 1 single crochet. So we have to make a 33rd, it's the last row. In this row we make a single crochet in the second stitch, we skip the first and make a single crochet in the second stitch here. Then we make 1 half double crochet here, 1. Then we need to make 7 double crochets, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, right? And again we make 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. Here into this we need to make a decrease, like 1 single crochet we usually do. A decrease, make 1 stitch out of 2. That's it, our flap is ready. So we have created this rounded shape. We can pull this free and cut it and then hide it. I recommend you to hide it so that it won't spoil the shape. To repeat this shape on this side so that you don't have a corner, I turn it to the other side. It's the right side, right? Right side is where I can count it pair by pair, starting from the beginning. And so this free end will have to repeat the pattern, so I hide it on the wrong side. I insert the hook somehow like this on the next stitch, and so pull it, you will see. Let's have a look how it will be better. That's how it looks on the right side. Let's have a look. like this. Yeah, so you see that we have this rounded shape. We will also have trimming, and that will be okay. Okay, so hide this free end and this, like we always do. Hide all the free ends on all the parts of the bag. We will also make the last trimming of the back side. I'll tell you how we do this. So we make the trimming only on the lower part of this piece. The upper part we don't make the trimming. You will need markers. So in our front part we made 16 rows trimming. Here we'll make 17 rows, one row more. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 16, and 1 plus 1 more here. We put a marker to mark 17 rows on both sides, so that you know where you start and where you finish the trimming. So likewise, like we did, start here will be half double crochets, and then on the bottom you will have single crochets. You can return to the video where I did the trimming and increases on the corners. So let's start trimming. I will start somehow here and go like this in round. So let's mark where we are going to have half double crochet so that we don't forget about it. You need to count 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here I will put a marker. This will be half double crochets. So I will put a marker in the next stitch where I will have single crochet. Here after the 6th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After the 6th I put a marker. And here as well on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and after the 5th I put a marker. Likewise on the other side I put the markers. So here it's really easy. You can easily see where you have to make which stitch, just move around. So insert the hook. I'm going to use 4.5 millimeter crochet hook and start with single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have made 6 single crochets. Take off the marker and we make half double crochets. 1, So here into this marker we make a half double crochet also, and then we make single crochets. and then single crochets. Don't forget that on the corners we make increase, 2 single crochets into 1 here. Don't forget that corners are here. This is the corner. It's difficult to see it, but really the corner is here. And then don't forget that here in this row we make only in this last row, last half loop. So I've made an increase. Now I just go and work in single crochets till the next corner. Till the marker we work single crochets. Then where the marker is, we start making half double crochets and continue till the next marker. And so we go on till the next marker, working single crochets. And the last stitch, cut this end. So now we can hide all the 3 ends, sew them in if you want. You can sew the free end with some sewing needle and thread, the same color. So now we'll be making the side for the bag. And for this we cast on 9 chains. So I haven't changed the crocheting hook here. I need number 5 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make a lifting chain, don't forget about it. Then first row we make single crochets in the upper half loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 single crochets, make a lifting chain and start the next row. So starting from the first to the 7th row, we just go on working back and forth with single crochets. 9 single crochets in each row. So work till the 7th row and then I'll show you how we go on working. So I finished the 7th row. And start the 8th. In the 8th row, we make 2 decreases at the beginning and at the end of the row. First is just single crochet, then we make a decrease into the 2nd and the 3rd stitch. Go on working with single crochets. And at the end of the row, we will also make a decrease. So in the 3rd and 2nd from the end, make a decrease and then make just a single crochet. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 rows. So starting from the 9th to 14th row, we work without decreases. We make 7 single crochets. So we have made 14 rows. And at the 15th row, we make 2 more decreases, one at the beginning and one at the end. And the 2nd decrease. Make last single crochet. So last row, we work just single crochets and we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. So that's it. Here we cut this working thread. Hide the free end. When we'll be making trimming, we will also work it in, so it will do like this. So again, I take smaller crocheting hook and start the trimming somewhere in the middle. We make single crochet trimming. So pull the working thread, make the first stitch, and then go on working with single crochets. At the same time we work around this free end so that we can cut it. And so here, all along the perimeter, we go on working with single crochets. On the corners, don't forget, we make increases 2 into 1. On each corner, we make 2 single crochets into 1 single crochet. I'll show you how to make one, and then you will finish the trimming yourself. Here, so in the corner we make 2 single crochets into 1, and then here we also make an increase here, and we make an increase here into this corner and into this corner. So we'll have 4 increases, and we'll meet when you finish the trimming around this piece. So I have almost finished this side. Now I will pull this free end and cut it. Like this. I'll make a false slip stitch to close it, as we always close this trimming. all these 3 ends I will then cut and sew to the base. So here we make full slip stitch. We pull this working thread like this, and then return it here straight where it started. Pull this thread like this. So one piece is ready. Here I will cut one, and the other I have already worked it in, so I can cut it. And now this one I have to hide behind several stitches and sew it inside. Here, and also sew the end. Now we have to make one more piece like this for the other side, so you can return the video and follow. We need to make one more. So I have made both sides for the bag, and now we need to make the bottom for the bag. For this, likewise, I will cast on single crochets. It's really easy. Just cast on 9 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 chain for lifting, and we make single crochets in the upper half loop like everything we did before. And here we need to make 18 rows, just 18 rows of single crochets. First row, just single crochets. So I have made 9 single crochets, first row ready. Start the second row, make a lifting chain and make 18 rows like this. When I have made 18 rows, I'll show you how to join it with the sides. So bottom is ready. Now we need to make a trimming for it. Cut it here. 18 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 18 rows. Now I'll take a smaller hook and I'll hide this free end first behind several stitches on the side, and then I work it along the side. So I'll start trimming somewhere in the middle. As always, the same pattern, just work single crochets like we did on the sides. So we make single crochets, don't make them too tight. And on the corners we make 2 single crochets into one and increase. Now I'll come to the corner and show you again. And then you will continue the trimming till the point where you have started. Here is the corner, so here we will make 2 single crochets into one. Then you go on working single crochets. So we work till the point where we have started. Don't forget, on the corners we make increases here we make increase right into the corner, into the first stitch here, and so I have finished trimming the bottom, and we also make a full slip stitch to close the trimming. Like this. I'll show you again. Insert the hook here under this last stitch, pull the working thread, and that's it. The trimming is finished. Hide this and then sew the free end. Before you sew all the pieces together, you need to hide all the free ends. Sew them if you want the ends. So you hide everything, trim everything,